Hello and welcome back. This episode I call Wakey Wakey. This episode is going to take us right into discovery number 2. All decisions are made out of love or fear. But I want to start by saying that I'm having more and more conversations with people that are waking up. I don't know how else to say it. And it's really interesting. In the last 4 days, I've had 3 conversations where people are just talking about things that they are becoming aware of. I'll explain more of that in just a minute. But the way we describe it is that their souls are being pinged. The armor is being pierced. A little light is being let in, or a little light is shining through and coming out. Nonetheless, they're waking up. And I feel like it's gaining more and more momentum. As I've shared, my awakening happened about 5 years ago. And I want to start by just describing and explaining the word awakening because it sounds so big. And in its simplest form, awakening just means that you're becoming aware that there's something bigger going on here. And I'll explain that in more detail in just a bit. But you're just simply becoming aware. So I want to start with some context. I'm going to zoom out really far with some context, and then I'm going to come right back and zoom right into discovery number 2. So the context is Rob and I wrote a book called Shine, and our goal is to ping your soul out there and help you realize incredible freedom. And we do that through 2 teachings. One is teaching you the 10 disciplines to maximize your energy, your impact, and your inner peace in the world. And then that creates this foundation to maximize your outer world and help you to start to go inside and look at your inner world. We then teach 3 discoveries to help you free your true self, which allows you to do that inner work and again, maximize your outer and inner worlds. Well, with that, the 3 discoveries to free your true self are discovery number 1, I am driven. Discovery number 2, all decisions are made out of love or fear. And then discovery number 3 is that it is possible to be driven and have peace. And in this episode, again, I'm going to take you deep into discovery number 2 because that's the awakening discovery. So more on that in just a minute. But I urge you, if you have not listened to the first few episodes of this podcast, it'd be a really good idea just to help you understand the foundation so you're kind of connecting the dots. And it's now been almost a year and a half since we recorded those first few episodes that are the foundation. And if you've not read Shine, I urge you to read Shine as well to help you really connect the dots. And it might even be a great time to reread Shine for what that is worth. So again, we're zooming out, and then I'm going to drill down on exactly what's happening. And so as we're zooming out, I want you to start by thinking of an experience that you've recently had where you made a decision out of fear. And so I'm going to give you a few seconds on this, but I'm going to kind of stir the pot and get your gears turning. And so again, something recent, a decision you made out of fear. You can think of something that had to do with interaction with a family member, something that happened in business, something with a friend, or something personal, a personal decision that you made for yourself. And so think about something, come up with something. It might be a conversation you had where you made a decision that was not the best decision for you. It might be something you wanted to do for yourself and you decided to not do it out of fear. It might be an argument that you had where you're mad at yourself because you said something out of fear that you really wish you wouldn't have said. Or again, a business decision that you realize in hindsight now that decision was made out of fear and probably wasn't the best decision. And so think of that situation. And what I want you to do is go to that moment that you made that fear-based decision. I want you to take yourself right to that moment, and I'm going to show you why and how it happened. The cause of that is that there's something that happened to you in your life somewhere in the past, and you're hanging on to it, and it's leading you to make fear-based decisions. Let's say, for example, your mom or your dad did something in the past where you didn't feel love or you felt abandoned or somehow it made you feel unsafe. So as a result of that situation that happened in the past, you're hanging on to it. And so as a result, you've always felt unsafe or unloved or abandoned. And now in life, shoot forward to now, in every relationship, that old feeling creeps up and you constantly keep trying to fill that hole so you feel love, so you don't feel abandoned, so that you feel safe. And as a result of that, you are vibrating at that lower energy level, a fear-based energy level. And as a result of that, you are attracting people with that same energy. The relationships in your life are attracting the same kind of person. That's known as a trauma bond. And until you realize the pattern, i.e. awareness, which we're going to come all the way back to that, you will continue to repeat that pattern. But being aware and realizing the pattern, that enables you to then go to the root of what that is and release it, shed it, make it go away forever. And as a result of releasing it, shedding it, removing that block, you then vibrate higher. And as a result of vibrating higher, you start to attract people in your life that vibrate higher. And you start to form and find more healthy relationships. You start making more love-based decisions. You feel freer. You feel better. You feel more peace. So that's just an example as we're floating up here, zooming out, still in the context. Now we're going to drill down and zero in on exactly what's going on. So now I take you right into discovery number 2. Decisions are made out of love or fear. Again, the awareness discovery. I'm going to take you 4 levels deep, and I trust you know this, having read the book, having listened to previous episodes, but you might hear this a little bit different with this newer context around waking up, awakenings, and awareness. But in level 1, that's where we start to understand, again, why you made that fear-based decision recently. In level 1, it's understanding that your true self is in there. It's the true self level. It's understanding that your innate self, your soul, your being, your spirit, whatever you call that, we call it true self, is in there, trapped, and for lack of a better term, a cocoon that is designed by your ego to protect you. And again, but inside is this perfect, loving true self. And so the idea at this level is to just simply understand that your ego is trying to protect you from ever feeling that pain again. And so the cocoon is made up of a series of structures, a series of protective layers, again, all designed to avoid the pain. That is also known as the matrix, or the illusion that has been created. And so you're walking around in this illusion. Again, your true self is pure love inside of that matrix, that illusion, that cocoon. And the whole idea is just right now to understand how your ego, its intentions are good, trying to protect you. But unfortunately, it created this structure that you're trapped in. With that understanding, we then drop down to level 2, and that is the pure energy level. And it's understanding that you are pure energy, understanding that you shine bright or you don't shine so bright, but it's all pure energy. And so when we talk about thoughts, feelings, emotions, decisions, it's all energy. When we talk about blocks, when we talk about trauma, it's all energy. You can't touch, feel, or see an emotion or a feeling or a decision or a thought. So it's all energy, and it's scientifically proven that we are all energy. It's all energy. It's just not tangible. But with that understanding and that awareness of level 2 and that we are all pure energy, this helps us better understand what's going on, which then takes us to level 3, which is the blocked energy level. And that just simply means now that you know we are pure energy, and you know that these things are all energy, when that thing happened to you and you held on to it, you didn't let it pass, you didn't process it, you held on to it, it becomes blocked energy. Again, you can't see it, touch it, feel it, thoughts, feelings, emotions, and decisions, but you held on to it, and it's blocked in your energy field, and it's holding you back, and you are vibrating at a lower level as a result of it, otherwise known as a repressed emotion, repressed feeling, repressed thought. And so there it is, packed down inside of you. Ego's keeping it down there to try and protect you, created structures to never feel that pain again. Well, these repressed emotions, feelings, thoughts lead to dis-ease. It's where you get pains in your body. It's what causes sickness. And so the beauty is in this level, understand that you can process that block. You can remove that barrier in you that's leading you to make these decisions that you're making that are fear-based. There's stuff down so deep, it's almost like a pressure cooker, and it needs to be released. It's what's causing your angst and your inner pain and this unease that you feel, if you're feeling that, like most of us are. Now, in this level, once you understand that and you have that awareness, going back to that example of your mom or dad doing something that made you feel abandoned or unloved or unsafe, in this level, what is important is that it's okay to be angry about what happened. It's okay to let it out. It's okay to process it. It's okay to be mad at your parents for a little bit, okay? So this is all part of processing it. But I won't go into too much detail around that. Again, please read the book if you need more detail. There are lots of ways to shed layers. We offer so many in the book. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to level 4. And level 4 is the awareness level. And this is the point of this podcast episode. The awareness level is simply about being conscious, being present, being aware, understanding what's going on. Once you understand what I just described to you, you're able to process all these blocks and again, vibrate higher and start making more love-based decisions. What we believe is that if you understand what's going on, you will get there faster. You will process faster. You will remove these blocks faster because the concept is so simple. It's just unfortunately very complex. And what's happening is I personally believe more people are starting to see it. They're starting to understand it. They're starting to understand what's going on, i.e. awakening, i.e. just becoming aware of what this is. And so you could describe it as your soul is knocking, or it's your conscience or your intuition or your true self, whatever you call it. Again, we like to describe it as pinging your soul or piercing the shield and letting a little light in or a little light out. Whatever you call it, it's all about waking up. Now, this doesn't have to be heady or heavy as a topic, and it can be for some. But I'm trying to simplify it and take away the headiness and the heaviness so it's just really obvious and clear. And it's just understanding what's going on. Again, back to that example of your mom and your dad, understanding, wow, I keep doing this in my relationship because of that thing that happened back then. I want to go to the root of that thing and process it once and for all, whatever that looks like. And again, if that's being angry for a little while at them, that's okay. But it's ultimately forgiving them, forgiving yourself, and hopefully learning that it's all about just simply loving yourself. Once you do that, it takes care of most problems, in my humble opinion, and in my experience. And so I think people are realizing that we live in a fear-based world. I think they're realizing and they're getting tired of living in a fear-based world, in this fear-based bubble. I mean, look at what media and politicians in the world does to us. They prey on our fears. It is a fear-based world. And I think people are starting to see it. They're seeing that people prey on our trauma, on our pain, and again, on our fear. And so again, our true self is knocking. We are waking up. So now, as I come into the home stretch on this, imagine you being completely free. What if you just completely let go of everything? Now, I know that will be terrifying for most, and quite frankly, it still terrifies me, okay? So I am freer than ever, but I'm not completely free. Remember, I'm on this journey with you, but just imagine being completely free, letting go of it all and just floating through life. And here's the reality. Any fear that comes up around the thought of being that free is ego. Any fear is that structure that's trying to protect you, those protective layers that the ego created. And it's time to wake up, be aware, and shed whatever block is causing the fear. These blocks are simply life lessons. And for most of us, there are many, many blocks, which lead to many, many protective layers. And so it's a very complex structure in there, i.e. the matrix. And that's what creates the structure. And it's just a matter of going to the root of each one, processing it, and shedding it. As it is said, we must see the dark to see the light. We must experience the darkness to see the light. On this note of total freedom, I have a friend, and he describes his life as every day when he gets up and begins his day, he compares it to getting in a canoe on a river without a paddle. So he literally just gets in the canoe and goes wherever the river takes him. Now, with that said, it's true. He's a peaceful dude. He's a happy dude. Isn't there some part of you where there's something exciting about that? Certainly is for me. But what may happen with that thought is you may have thoughts of, wow, that's irresponsible. That's not realistic. People will think you're crazy. These are some of the thoughts that come up for me. Well, all of those thoughts are ego. All of those thoughts are the protective layers. Those thoughts are the structure. And so all that said, I believe there's something bigger going on here, and we're all becoming more aware of it. And however you describe, it's all in this episode. It might be becoming aware of your angst and your trauma and the root of that, or the pain. It might be becoming aware of the matrix and understanding this illusion that we create, that we're trapped in. It might be awareness of your true self or your soul or love, your innate self. Or it might just be awareness of the possibility of total freedom. Whatever it is, more and more people are becoming aware of it. We are waking up. Wakey, wakey.
Thank you for listening in today. We truly appreciate you taking the time to spend with us, and please tune in for the next episode. Until then, if you'd like to see where you are on your true self journey, go to shedandshinepodcast.com to take the true self assessment and receive personalized guidance. If you're all ready to begin your inner world journey with Rob and myself, please join us for the next round of the 10 Disciplines group coaching program. We wish you all the best in freeing your true self. Stay focused, and much love.